Did you know that the PODFIX Network, home of Headline Heroes, Cretan's Guild, Podcast Discovery Show, and more, has its own network podcast? Go wherever fine podcasts are found and look for PODFIX Presents. Network highlights, interviews, roundtables, and more, all showcasing the eclectic depth of PODFIX talent. So subscribe today. PODFIX Presents on your podcast app of choice. And check us out at www.podfixnetwork.com, at PODFIX on Twitter, and official_PODFIX on the gram. The PODFIX Network, artist owned and loved.
The PODFIX Network, baby.
This is former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion Gilbert, brother, and you're listening to the Cretan's Guild podcast.
So I don't think eating a booger-flavored jelly bean would be all that painful.
I don't know. I've had the vomit flavored one.
No, nobody needs context for this. This is how we're going in cold.
This is we're just rolling in.
Yeah, this is the Cretan's Guild way. If you don't like it, well, where the hell have you been?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. If you were a Patreon supporter, you'd be able to hear the pre-show conversation.
Yeah.
If not, oh well.
Give us your money every month.
Why would they deserve that? It's like, I'm giving you money. Why are you torturing me for having done so?
I've had the vomit flavored one. When I lost a personal game of the Jelly Bean Roulette. Mm-hmm. And that was enough for me. I stopped playing Jelly Bean Roulette at that point, and I was like, nope, we're good.
Well, think about this. We've all had colds, right? We know what mucus tastes like.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to voluntarily put that back in your mouth.
No, but I don't think it'll be too shocking. Like, I have no idea what an earthworm would taste like. I assume that if they were trying to create an artificially flavored earthworm jelly bean, it would taste a bit like, I don't know, sour bologna or some shit.
That was the word they use. It tastes like dirt to them.
It just tastes like dirt?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and what was the other flavor?
Earwax. I can't describe what they just said. This one's disgusting. What is it?
I don't know what earwax tastes like, but I
don't want to know.
You know what I think would be the worst thing about actually eating real earwax is the texture.
Well, yeah.
Because it's all tatery. But it would just be like, I assume it's also born of mucus and other stuff, or at least mucus bonding, that it would also be really salty. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can relate or compare to, like the flavor of mucus. Is just salt, like a lot of it.
And it's got a loose hair in it.
And it's got a loose hair in it.
You know, which of the gross ones is actually pretty good? Is the grass flavored one?
I figured it would.
That one's actually kind of
like refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's like eating. It's like having cucumber water.
Well, it's like smelling a freshly cut lawn. Isn't it?
Exactly. It's like, oh, this isn't too bad.
Yeah. Now, be that as it may, I wouldn't necessarily go out there and start, getting cud. But
no, definitely not.
Getting cud, Corey? Is that what it's called?
All right, welcome to episode 95 of the Cretan's Guild podcast. Yeah, because I opened it up and actually looked this time. We are part of the PODFIX Network. That's podfixnetwork.com/net. PODFIX like a motherfucker. PODFIX Spotlight this month is Fish Nerds, the world's greatest podcast about fish, fishing and eating fish. Always fresh, sometimes funny, occasionally true.
Would have been about like fish-flavored Nerds the candy.
Oh, see, that's... No. Your host, Clay Groves, makes fish fun again by approaching fishy subjects from an entirely new perspective. And I can only assume that means by, just kind of like looking over them with a telescope. That's the new perspective. But Clay Groves, that sounds like an alias. Like, that sounds like the witness protection name that this guy was made up. Like, he used to be a hitman, and they're like, no, you know what? You're going off to fucking... some random town in...
No, the town's name was Clay Groves, and that's where he got the idea for the name. Because they got some good damn fly fishing up there, don't they?
He lives up in Billings, Montana.
How about that? It's not like nobody has to know who you are anymore. You can create a podcast about fishing.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
And not about killing people for contracts.
It sounds like somebody fresh out of NXT.
So listen to Fish Nerds with Clay Groves, former hitman and present ornithologist.
What was it you were telling me the other day you didn't know about nerds? That they don't have hands or something like that?
I had no idea they didn't have hands.
They do not. No. And I only know that because, like, back in the day, I really wanted to get, like, a Nerds plush that the Candy was offering when you sent in a bunch of UPCs.
Yeah, not like us. We have hands. But
Yeah. I mean, we have scary hands, but the hands nonetheless.
Maybe I've been drinking too much. That one went way over my head too fast.
Well, it's okay. It's just something that we had a conversation about that's being referenced.
Yeah.
It happens.
They still make those. They still make those plushies, by the way. I'm going to go back down to San Antonio and adopt one.
You can probably buy one online. You don't necessarily need to go to San Antonio.
It's not the end of the journey. It's the journey itself that matters, and all the nerds we made along the way.
So yeah, this is episode 95. We are rapidly approaching 100. We are on our way to the Christmas episode this year. Bob, have you made a decision on what the performance will be this year?
Oh Christ!
I'm going to take that as a hard no, based on.
It's July,
it's
man.
about the little-known off-Broadway Christmas-themed play called Oh Christ, in which Christ becomes disillusioned with a holiday that was inspired by him.
It was starring Tobey Maguire off Broadway.
Yes. Actually, no.
Jim
fuck
Caviezel in a tour de force. Oh Christ!
Well, he's not doing Person of Interest anymore. He ought to be available.
So yeah, it is July. We are almost into August, however, and that means it is time to start planning and start getting ready for our annual Cretans Guild Christmas tradition. We ruin Christmas for everyone that listens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Goobs talks about foreskin and Fresca.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it works.
That's his Christmas gift to us, honestly.
Yeah, it really
Just
is.
keeps giving.
It is.
We were last year. Well, what was the? I'm sorry. This isn't what we were definitely talking about last year before we settled on Miracle on Ligma Street.
Miracle on Foreskin.
Foreskin Street. Yes, thank you.
Boulevard.
No, we were talking about also possibly doing Charlie Brown. We were.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was actually a possibility, if I just really want this to happen, but the Gift of the Magi I thought would be like a hoot to go ahead and vilify. Mm-hmm. But there have
Might
been
come to that.
There have been plenty of other ones. I only want to do that because I want one of us to do like a Monty Python-esque female voice.
Oh, look at my baby! This is Jesus.
God, what happens?
Oh, don't make too much noise! The Roman soldiers are gonna kick down the door! And rape us all!
Pontius Pilate's angry, he is! Welcome to Bible Jokes with the Cretans Guild.
Wait, one of us has to be Graham Chapman doing like the lower class Mank voice. I know why they call you the Virgin Mary.
Oh, look at the fresh mouth on this one! You're never gonna be the father of my child with that attitude!
Well, I'm not now.
Some lovely myrrh!
No one even knows what Murray is.
And then here comes Terry Jones.
And Terry Gilliam.
Yeah. Because if he did talk, you'd have to try to figure out.
Hi, I'm Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
From Cornwall, England.
He had a very interesting accent because he was from Kentucky. So,
oh God.
Well, the thing is that like nowadays,
He didn't sound like he was from Kentucky.
Well, when you hear him nowadays, he sounds very much like this, you know? Well, a little less Jimmy Stewart-ish, but close enough. But when he would give interviews during the Python years, he let some of the British accent seep in. It was fucking crazy. Not as crazy as a South African accent, but about as nutso as you can think, like, you know, Middle American, slight drawl, but with like the lilt of a British accent. So it was just like, well, I was talking to my bud Graham over here, you know, and it's like.
So not Madonna spent a weekend in Bristol
and faked her fucking British accent because she was dating Guy Ritchie. No, not that.
All right, so we should probably reference the rundown. All right.
Oh yeah.
We have a very awesome guest this episode. It is Bullet Point. And topics today, we have a new Cretans Guild champion. Bob, fill us in on what's going on there.
I think that's an old rundown because Bullet Point kind of screwed it up for us a couple of
times. Remember, safety point in case anybody ever wants to be on this disaster of a show. That'd be something we should try, is just once do a show where we don't put ourselves down. That would be a challenge right there.
Well, that's the reason Bullet Point doesn't come on our show anymore, because he spent most of the entire episode getting really familiar with everybody, thinking that he had room, and we're like, dude,
my ass.
Bitch, we just met you, and you're touching people.
Yeah.
That's just gross.
Isn't that a C-list Marvel villain?
Bullet Point?
Bullet Point.
Probably.
No. That sounds like some Rob Liefeld at Image shit. Yeah.
Yeah, see, he was an enemy of the not Wildcats, Youngblood.
Youngbloods. It was, God, he had so many... Interesting. He had some...
Shaft and Bad Rock.
Yeah.
Bad Rock, Rob? Really? So, tell us about the new Cretan Skill champion, because last time I heard it was Theme Park Rob.
Yes,
okay.
He won it for our what was it? The Oscar Pick'em.
That's right. That's right.
Ran away with that sucker.
Really and he upset that I didn't win that one with my solid, well thought out picks.
I know. You'll get another chance. I promise.
I know.
But actually, Theme Park Rob joined me and a bunch of other people, and we all had a game night. And the scoring procedure was, if you win an individual game, you get 3 points. If it's a team effort, everybody on the team gets 2 points. If you're the overall loser, you have to draw from a challenge hat, and then if you perform the challenge adequately, you get a single point. So at the end of the night, Chris from Ear to Ear Magic ended up being the next Cretan's Guild champion.
Excellent.
No shit.
Well, congratulations to Chris from Ear to Ear Magic. Enjoy your time with the title, because it is temporary, and you are
They're all temporary.
You are an inferior champion to me, and you'll never be as good as I am. Honestly, or as and you know what? I'm going to show you how much I've grown as a person. You're never going to be as good as a champion as I am, or as Justin is.
Ooh,
yeah,
damn,
yeah. 2-man power trip. I've decided to bury the hatchet with Justin. He's A-okay in my book. I think that we could just run roughshod over this entire division.
I sense a swerve coming.
Not a single one. I respect Justin.
Okay.
I might not like the guy, but I respect him.
That's some
okay, and for the record, that was a little too serious. I actually really like Justin. I think Justin's really fucking funny.
Yeah, you're not going to be screaming that forcefully into a microphone.
I'm playing the heel.
Yeah,
you live in the gimmick.
Yeah.
True.
And he and I better than Chris from Ear to Ear Magic will ever be. So
you hear from Jay, the silly string comer Malone. That's what we're going with from earlier in the show. I don't.
No,
it's not where we're going with.
Not where we're going
what's your ring name again?
Silly string.
I don't really think we have ring names in the Cretan's Guild Wrestling Federation.
No.
Well, unless we go by Billy Bob Niedermeyer, Montana, and Johnny Cole.
Our old gimmicks.
Oh yeah.
Well, vintage. Vintage is good enough for Royal Rumbles. I think we can do it.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tracheotomy man.
Tracheotomy man can't do shoots though. That's the thing, because it's always like
I'm gonna get your hand.
So he'd be the best at it.
Don't get used to the heft of that belt. I'll be taking it off and wrapping it around my own throat. Yes.
So did Chris walk away with the title, or was it a close contest?
It was close. I think overall he had 6 points, and 3 other people had 4 points, including me.
Wow.
Okay, what was this game? Before I forget to ask again.
We played a series of games. First, we played No Thanks as a warm-up. Have you guys heard about this one?
No.
This is actually a really fun game. We should all play it one time.
No thanks.
Basically, it's... Okay. And then after that, we played Spyfall. That's a social deduction game.
Yes, Spyfall's solid shit. And they just came out with a dice version of that as well this year.
Oh, is it any good?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't played it.
Oh, yeah. We just did the card version, and it was interesting. Some people, because the group, these social deduction games, they're really good if you're playing against people you know, but they're really interesting if you're playing against people you're just meeting for the first time.
Yeah, those are the best games of the Resistance too. When it's like with a potluck crew, and you know, like maybe 3/4 of the group that you're playing with, and the rest of them is just like, these are all wild cards. But I'm going to watch assholes that I know fuck around with them first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, we played a couple rounds of Dixit.
Nice.
What? How dare you?
Dixit.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, fuck
What?
you.
Huh?
Turn your asshole inside out. I've had enough of your shit. Calling me names.
No, you're dickhead.
Is that too much? Oh, Dixit! Okay, I know. The French tabletop game with the very ornate pictures.
Right over there.
Yeah. I had to retire 2 of the cards because on the back of them they were damaged.
Dude, we played the shit out of that game. That's like in your regular rotation at your house.
Yeah, and I actually bought a couple of expansion packs for it just to because the art is like, yeah, look at that, it's pretty.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
And
that's a fun one. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Then we ended the night with Deception: Murder in Hong Kong.
What is
This
that?
is an interesting game. So basically, there's everybody is an investigator.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people is a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a list of 4 weapons and 4 clues in front of them. And then one player is the forensic investigator.
Mm-hmm.
The forensic investigator knows who the murderer is, and the murderer has to show the forensic investigator 1 clue and 1 weapon. And the forensic guy needs to plot out clues to tell the other group without saying who the murderer is, who the weapon is. So, like, say the person selected lipstick and a knife. So, cause of death would be loss of blood, item. There's a bunch of clues you have to lay out. You should watch a video on it. It's really interesting. It's really good. We played a couple rounds of that. I was like, oh man, this is so good. Our brains hurt.
It sounds like a DM'd version of Clue.
It has a lot of clue elements to it, but it could be.
I mean, it would be. It's deduction.
Yeah, it is a deduction game, but like I said, you should watch a video on it at some point, because I'm not doing a really good job describing it, but I watched one video, it's like, oh, we've got to try this, and it was a hit. It was a really good game.
Now, there was, kind of leaping off of that, you had told us a little bit earlier about about an app or such that would help facilitate doing this online, right?
Not all those games. WhatsApp, or no.
Not WhatsApp.
Not WhatsApp. Why'd that pop in my head? I forget the name of the site. I have it saved somewhere, but we can play No Thanks on that.
Nice.
On top of a bunch of other
Board Game Arena?
board games. That sounds right, yeah. Yeah, that Board Game Arena.
All right, good.
That's cool.
Because I got 2 over here. Well, I opened up one of them, but I've got 2 over here that are, well, they're dice oriented, so maybe that wouldn't be. Maybe that wouldn't
No,
work.
I think if I remember correctly, because you had asked if we'd heard about it, and I said no, but thinking about it, I actually had talked to my boss about it. It does all the digital. It's all digital games, right?
There's some classic board games on there. Some things that I've never played before, and I guess it's like a good way of learning a new game that you've never played before.
But
At least, like, a variation of it.
It's all done digitally, right? You don't need the physical version to play.
Yeah,
So-
it's all done online. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. I don't know if it would
So
be
kind of like Tabletop Simulator.
well, hopefully a little bit less like that, because it does not handle the overhead whatsoever. But I was thinking like maybe it would be sort of like a mixtape of the digital Asmodee stuff that you play on Steam and whatever else.
That I don't know.
Okay. Well, balls.
Well, that's cool. Well, congratulations again to Chris from Ear to Ear Magic. Good for you. Don't get used to it. Next,
The smack has been talked.
this is one that Bob said he's going to describe, and the only bullet point we have now. This is always fun when we get to this part of the rundown because Bob schemes as the showrunner and comes up with ideas, and there's always something where it's like Bob will describe, and it usually involves some kind of task that we have to perform during the running of the show, and I'm okay with that because this one just is famous trios. And Bob will describe. So, Bob,
Threesomes.
famous trios. Describe it.
I thought it would be fun if I list a number of trios. Just have some fun with it, and then we compare the 3 of us to each member of that trio.
Okay.
Sometimes these are people who travel together. Sometimes these are people who are in the same field of work but don't really do anything with each other, but they all have like some commonality with them.
And sometimes it's Larry, Moe, and Curly, and the comparison is too easy.
Well, since you said that, let's go ahead and start there. Moe, Larry, Curly.
Oh, it was on the list?
It was on the list. Second on the list.
Oh, okay. God, this is kind of... I mean, if I had the position, anybody within the... as a ringleader would be you, but...
I'm definitely Curly.
The thing about the Stooges... Well, hang on. The thing about the Stooges is that they're all idiots, and there's actually 5.
Yes, but we're going by Moe, Larry, Curly.
It is Moe, Larry, and Curly?
That's what we'll do.
All right.
Not
now,
Curly Joe and Shemp, then.
All right, well, Joe was always a contract man. I can understand that. But Shemp was the original Curly, which is why I thought that was worth mentioning. He's old school.
But everyone, you say Three Stooges, they more times than not, they think Moe, Larry, Curly.
Well, in this case, I don't know. I think I'd put you as a Larry.
Really? Okay.
Why is that?
Well, because Larry, most oftentimes out of each of those scenarios, where people are getting beaten up and stuff, Larry plays the straight man. He's usually the one that if there is a plot to be told of within any Three Stooges short, Larry is going to be the one to explain it to everybody else.
Sure.
Right before he gets poked in the eyes, cruelly and viciously.
Or wax his head on a mango tree.
Yeah, wax his head like a mango tree.
I'm just going to point out I ran into a tree today.
That's...
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Not any of us are like really violent either. So it's kind of like tough to triangulate our attitudes in relationship to any of these, psychotic assholes that we're talking about here.
I think you have to apply, kind of verbal aggression.
Yeah.
As our version of violence, because we aren't in a world where we can just smack the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And we're also not getting paid to do so. So
each of those shorts is like such a microcosmic tragedy too. Because if anybody's an aggressor, it's usually Moe, right? Mm-hmm. But like 5 times out of 10, he doesn't take the first shot. He takes what he thinks is a retaliatory shot. Because Curly will like grab a bunch of timber and then turn around and then whack Moe in the back of the head. And the first thing that he sees is Larry with a bunch of timber just picking it up raw. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Man, wise guy," and he like stabs Larry in the face with a hatchet or some crazy shit. I don't know. That might not have been an actual Three Stooges short.
Poor Larry.
No, it might have. Because I'm imagining him using the claw of a hammer to pull somebody by the nose. He's like, "Come with me." It's like, oh god, that hurts looking at it.
You know how pornos have like are themed after a well-known property? I wonder if like Snuff films have ever done the same thing.
Jesus Christ. Oh god.
Join our Patreon for just $1.
So I would say,
oh my God.
I would say Corey is the Moe.
Yeah, that does check out. I think
I would say you're the Moe.
Oh God.
I think Bob is probably. I don't know if Bob's Larry or Curly.
See, this is so tough. We're also kind of like.
We're also kind of a blend.
We see it's very blended. But half of the apprehension of this is we're like, are we actually insulting each other here or not?
Oh no,
It's just like not
with the Stooges,
right? Yeah, the comparison is obvious, but it's just like, who do we think the other person wouldn't be appreciated being compared to? When the question that we should be asking ourselves is, which one of those assholes is more like us instead of the reverse?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over the idea of a Batman themed Snuff film.
I tell you, let's go on to another famous trio here, Bob. I think we need to move on from the Stooges.
Apparently the Stooges is way too philosophical for us.
No, I'm saying just like maybe they've done Disney and...
Just $1, folks.
Yep.
$1.
And you can feed a cretin.
This is why I stopped drawing. All right. Anyway.
Okay. All right. So the first trio on my list was Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Oh shit. Okay. Corey is 1000% McCoy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Actually.
Yeah. You're
okay.
McCoy. I think you're Spock.
There is no loser
Kirk.
with this one.
I'm probably Kirk, and you're Spock. I would think, Bob. You're definitely.
I'm the intelligent one.
I think you're the more centered one. You're a little bit more down to earth than the rest of us.
All right.
You go. I think you go most towards the utilitarian in answers. You know how to do that with your fucking hands.
Well, I can do that too.
Wait, you can't?
You fucking Vulcan.
Both hands. And then it's scissoring.
Yep.
Oh, what are you complaining about? You do it.
Hey, I'm just being McCoy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Hey, green blood bastards.
All right, do you remember that one episode in Deep Space Nine?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yes, probably.
It was Deep Space Nine where they gumped footage from the original Star Trek.
Yes.
And they were doing this with another, I think it was Voyager at the same time?
The Tribble episode.
The Tribble episode, right.
Trials and Tribulations. Yep.
Okay, and then there was that one scene where Cisco like runs into McCoy in the hallway, and then Doc Bones, as he is known to his peers,
McCoy
asks, he asks Cisco if Snuff films ever. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. It's such a good idea.
No, it's not. That's not a good idea.
To ask McCoy about Snuff films.
Okay, it's not a good idea if via the traditional definition of good. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna have to let that go for the rest of the show. But yeah, that's a very McCoy-like thing to think, isn't it?
Yes. Of the three of us.
Yeah. He had to have gotten drunk. And every time we saw Scotty drunk, he wasn't being anywhere near as deviant as that shit.
Well, no, because he's Scottish. He's always drunk.
That's
Perpetually
right.
inebriated.
Right, that's morning mood to night.
You take the high road, computer.
I'm a high-performing alcoholic.
There it is.
Somebody tell me what Bones is up to. I walked into his office the other day, and there's just like Japanese cartoons all over the displays.
It's called hentai, you heathen.
And it's art. All right, now everyone's familiar with that meme, I assume.
Yes.
Did that character actually say that in the office, or is that just somebody slapping a caption over that picture?
That's Dwight, right?
No, it wasn't Dwight. It was
No, I've seen the soundbite. He says that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of an advanced joke for the middle of the 2000s.
What I want to know is, was that part of the UK version?
No, the UK version was only the first season.
Yeah, they didn't actually which is kind of funny because most UK standards or most UK programs leave themselves a lot of flexibility in order to come back to it. And The Office was apparently successful enough over there in order to kick off a pretty successful television franchise down here, and yet they never returned to it. Yeah.
But Ricky Gervais's character did return to The Office by showing up on the American one.
No shit. So is it the completely... Well, his character in that version of The Office?
His character in that one came over to interview for Michael Scott's job.
That's
funny.
Beautiful. That is so great.
It's a great show.
I never do that.
My number 2 all-time sitcom.
What's your first one?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec? Oh, okay. All
Parks and Rec by a fucking country mile, which is the same as a regular mile. It's just in the country.
Fuck.
About the length of West Virginia.
Sure.
Take me home to a place
Country road.
I once belonged. Just because I don't think we've ever actually talked about this before. Bob, top 2 sitcoms.
Huh. I don't know. I'd have to think about this one.
Yeah, this is kind of a... This is
I
something
didn't watch a lot of sitcom.
Really?
Maybe Frasier.
Frasier's top 2.
I mean, Frasier is up there.
Yeah. Cheers is up there.
Yeah. Wings is up there.
Wings is up there.
because-
Wings is so underrated.
Because, yeah, it was. And for a beautiful decade, USA used to show, like, nothing but reruns of Wings. Like,
It was always on after Raw, man. It was great.
Yeah, that's right. Here's Law.
Now USA is
with
the
his big
NCIS
wrench.
channel.
Here's Oscar award-winning actor Thomas Hayden Church.
Hi. How you doing? I got a wrench. I'm Lowell.
Yep.
I'm gonna fix your airplane.
Yep. I guess your toilet's disrupting. Here's the cold open.
And you know, it was always good when it was the episode that would come on after Raw when Norm and Cliff were on it. Because it just starts off with George Wendt, and you're like, it's a fucking double bill! Here we go!
And people thought the Marvel Cinematic Universe was the most ambitious crossover. People don't remember Must See Thursdays, in which Cliff and Norm would show up in Wings. Paul Reiser from Mad About You would show up in Seinfeld.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kramer's apartment is Paul Reiser's old apartment.
No shit.
In their shared universe. Yeah.
Okay, that's fucking great.
Yeah, so Paul Reiser is also aware keenly of the impossible geometry of the Seinfeld apartment building. I don't think the crossovers got anywhere more ambitious than that. Like, I think Kramer was, like, fucking everywhere after 95 or so, but he doesn't really count.
Yeah, he's kind of...
He became like CBS or NBC's sitcom mascot for a good couple
he's
years.
kind of NBC's version of The Watcher.
Yeah.
He just shows up wherever.
Yeah.
Surprised he didn't show up on The Critic.
Has he not shown up on The Critic? He showed up in Spirit and B movie. Yeah, I can imagine the Critic writers would find a way to make that work. But yeah, I thought like back when you were in like middle school and high school or elementary school, it was just sitcoms and like very few dramas after all those.
Yeah, because the dramas didn't really carry your 13-year-old brain.
Our idea,
except like MacGyver. And
yeah,
shit.
that was our idea of
story.
a drama. It was like fucking Airwolf and whatever.
Oh,
else
I'm thinking
was
like
going on.
NYPD Blue.
No, I didn't give a shit about NYPD Blue.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Especially after Dennis Franz's ass was plastered all over the screens, we didn't want to have anything to do with that.
Wanted that.
Right? Maybe Cop Rock. A little bit of Cop Rock does us all good, but that's mainly because it was just so bizarre and weird.
Oh, did our video freeze on your side, Bob?
Yeah, you're a little frozen, but
He's frozen on his stink face.
hold on.
I look like I'm pooping.
Let's see. Does it get corrected?
No.
Apparently.
No, now it's just nothing.
All right. Well, we're still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find us.
We're just having to stare down the void.
Let me try this. Let me stop the camera. Start the camera.
Oh.
And nothing. Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep on rocking with what we got.
Oh man. Okay.
Crap. All right. Sorry. Back to
Corey just farted on my
I
couch.
was just completely tainted our airwaves.
All right. So
we are 1/3 of a full podcast now.
well, I mean, we're still here.
No, I mean currently. Before I even upload the podcast.
Okay. Well, our mic is still coming in through, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, by the way. You can, hold your nose if you need to. All right. But it was famous trios before we got way
Yes.
the fuck off track.
As we do.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm not even gonna apologize for it anymore. It's just
Okay.
you knew
Well,
you knew what you fuckers
Yes.
were getting into
Yes,
when you
we
started
get it.
listening.
We get it.
Yes.
We get it.
We get
We get it.
Do you?
Okay.
Do you though?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
All right.
Next one.
Next one. This one's an interesting one. Let's go Dusty, Ned, and Lucky, the three amigos.
Oh, I am gonna have to bow out on this one because I've seen that movie once and I don't like it.
I mean,
So-
but you can. Well, do you know the characters, the profiles at
Nope.
least? All right.
I don't. I'm gonna defer to you guys on this one.
All right. Ned was Martin Short, right?
Yes.
All right. Ned Niederlanda. And Dusty was Chevy Chase.
Yes.
I'm Chevy Chase,
And I'm Lucky.
and you're Lucky. I'm straight up fucking Chevy Chase in that. Well, wait, no, I don't know.
Are you buying him dinner first?
Am I? Oh, is that like a
You
phrase?
said you're straight up fucking Chevy Chase in that one. So
No, it's Chevy Chase. He doesn't deserve dinner.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So why am I Martin Short?
I actually don't know. I didn't think about that for a second.
The lovable little guy.
He
I am the shortest of us. It's true.
he just went right for Lucky, and I'm still trying to balance that out. I mean, to me, of course. I don't know. I think Bob has that air of aggressive innocence about him that Ned did in the movies or in the movie.
Aggressive innocence.
Aggressive
I like
innocence. Well, he played the ingenue for most of it. I mean, not obviously he wasn't childlike, but at the end of the movie is where he's like, I'm going to have a real ass duel with this other dude that's trying to slight my character. And I can imagine you doing that.
I can see Bob doing that.
Yeah.
Bob would be the one of the three of us. Bob would be the guy that would be cool until shit went down and then put someone through a fucking wall.
Right. On the other hand,
I can see that.
Ned was also the person who got the other two amigos back to face down El Guapo. Because he was like, what do we have to go back to? Friends?
Ned was
our
the
jobs? It was definitely the heart.
That's Bob.
Yep.
That's Bob.
All right.
Lucky was the brains, and Dusty was
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Is that Chevy Chase?
That's Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
He was the guy that was like lip balm. I think that checks out.
Okay, so I'm Steve Martin.
You're Steve Martin.
Totally okay with that.
All right. Yes.
Totally okay
All
with
right.
that.
Although I do have the better singing voice. If we're going by that triumvirate.
No argument here.
Chevy Chase does have perfect pitch.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
He's the Chevy choice, like
Yeah,
you said.
he is the Chevy Chase. All right. Next trio.
All right, next trio. Let's go Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
All right,
Again, one's the brains, one's the heart, and one's
Yeah, but I see now. Granted, my
in a different world.
we're going via my limited exposure to the Harry Potter universe. I can see
you decipher them.
I can see like all three of those characters in each one of us. So that's a little hard.
I think
I just realized all three of them are Gryffindors and neither of us are.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like
I'm not.
I'm like the Doofy Socks or the Grumble Bumbles or whatever the fuck they're called.
You were Ravenclaw.
The Dicky Pickers.
Yeah,
Ravenclaw?
we're both
Okay.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
All right. Not the Skaggy Cacklefucks or
No, that's,
whatever that
that's the Romanian school.
That's the Romanians. Okay.
Romanian remedial school.
The Thumbsucculars, is that another one? Or,
No, that's the American school.
This is the segment to me. I'm just going to come up with random ass Rowling houses.
All right. I would say
Becoming a Key and Peele sketch.
I think in this case, Bob, you're probably the Harry because you're the face of the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Alexa.
Mind your own business.
Fucking Siri, calm your shit down, okay?
Oh, that's Siri's the one that butts in.
Yeah, Siri.
Alexis is like very polite. Google is a little terse at times, so we have to get her attention. We have to fight for it. Siri's just like,
Did you ever get them to talk to each other?
pay attention to me?
No, we haven't done that.
I'm kind of scared to, really. Because what if we like hear voices in the middle of the night? And it's
I've done that with that one. The one on the Apple device.
Yeah.
Where I've been down here and I've said something playing a game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it'll just start talking and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I sleep down here next to him, and if I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and one of them's like, "All right, we're taking out the skinny one tomorrow," I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to stay over here anymore.
That's of course, we could just unplug them.
That's true. Yes, that's one thing people often forget about the robot uprising is that they still have batteries.
The batteries will run out of it. You just have to go up on the roof because they can't climb.
That's right. That's right.
Go upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like defending against a Dalek until they got the jets.
yeah,
But
they did get Russell C. Davies. But that's the one thing. Like, the Terminator's advancing on you, and you're like, hold? What brand of batteries are you using? Rayovac. Okay, try to make your way across the room.
I'm just going to sit here and play my game. And I tell you what, if you get all the way over here, you got a free shot. But I'm telling you, I got nothing to worry about.
It's not going to happen.
You're going to be a table by the end of the day.
Tell you
You
what,
know, it's funny.
if you outlast my Switch, I'll let you have some of this.
Alicia's mom got us an Alexa, so we hooked it up in our living room just to like shout like timer commands or whatever to it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like yelling out Alexa, so we went through a series of different names that we can give it, and the name I stuck with was, because I'm a Star Trek fan, I stuck with computer. Do this, computer, do that. Which is kind of cute when you're actually watching Star Trek and it keeps reacting to the TV show over and over again.
Oh, God damn it.
It's fine. She'll react to Monday Night Raw as well when Bliss is on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no winning. Like you're screwed no matter which way you go.
I'm imagining that the face of George Carlin is making on the poster behind Bob's in reaction to what he just told us.
All right, so Bob, you're Harry.
Uh-huh.
One of us has got to be Ron.
I think it's probably me.
You're Ron?
Yeah, because you can actually, like, when you make a point, it might take you a little while, but your point is usually well thought out. So I'm going to say you're the brains of this one. So you're Hermione, and I'm just the doofy ginger who's just here to make dick jokes. That's what I
Remember all those dick jokes that Ron Weasley used to make in the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
The Snuff film version. You
Of
know,
course, yeah.
It's Harry Pointer. It's
Oh, shit. Harry Potter.
and the Sorcerer's Foreskin.
Harry Potter and the noose around the closet knob. There's the sorcerer's foreskin.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If there's an invisibility cloak wrapped around the handle.
Next.
All right, let's stick in Star Trek. Let's go Cisco, Kira, and Gul Dukat.
Well, one day I'd love to meet the FBI agent that's monitoring this podcast.
Oh, he loves it.
I think that'd be very pleasant. But,
Corey's Dukat.
who's Ducat
Right
again?
off the bat.
The bad guy.
The bad guy?
The evil Cardassian.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
Corey.
can take that.
You're Cisco. Go on, you're Cisco.
I don't think I'm Cisco. Why would I be Cisco?
Who's going to punch Q?
Yeah.
Bob would be the one to punch Q.
Either one of you can punch Q.
No, I would probably try and bargain with Q. It's like, all right, let's talk, buddy. Come on.
Okay. All right, I'm fine. I mean, I don't mind being Cisco. Trust me, he's an amazing character. I just don't see you as a domestic terrorist.
Okay. How about, let's reframe this question so that neither one of you want to be Cisco. Who has the God complex?
Oh, that's me.
Yep. All right.
That's
okay,
me.
he says All right. Well, that works. All right. Go.
That makes it more Gul Dukat then.
Is it, I don't know. He's more of a... Well, if he's the bad guy in that show... Okay, what kind of a bad guy is he? Is he a despot, a terrorist, what?
Yeah, both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm familiar with Klingons. I'm familiar with Borg. Closer to which?
Closer to Nazis.
Closer to Nazis.
God damn it.
They're fascists.
Oh, is this the guy that had Cisco's office on
Yes.
Deep Space Nine? Oh, that guy's such a cunt. How could you... Yeah, you're Cisco. You son of a bitch. All right. Fuck him. I don't care. Go find a wormhole.
Next.
All right, this one we'll have a lot of fun over this one. Count Duckula, Danger Mouse, or Inspector Gadget.
I fucking love this one. This is awesome. And what's even great about it... Okay, go ahead.
No, go.
I say what's great about this is that this is just strictly a group of familiarity. Two of these are BBC icons, and one of them is fucking Inspector Gadget, who is Monkey Punch's sloppy thirds. Do I need to explain this?
Yes.
Are you sure? Or you want to keep this?
By all means.
All right, this is so cool. All right, do you know how whenever somebody posts a GIF of Lupin the Third on Twitter, I have to get on my know-it-all pants and be like, aha, TMS animated this one. Blah, blah, blah. It was because at the time, here's how Inspector Gadget was born. TMS was in bed with DIC, which is why they did a lot of the in-betweeners for Dick shows.
You mean Dick?
Yeah, take that wherever you want to. I know. I'm just I'm letting it air out for whoever.
Well, you got to let your deek air out.
It's Deke. That's true.
You always got a dicker.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Deke jokes. So, Inspector Gadget was supposed to be an Americanized Lupin the Third in original production.
What?
But that deal fell through. Yes. So the people that were working on Inspector Gadget came to Deke with okay, well, we retooled it a little bit. This is what you have now. And they're like, well, he's not a bad guy that we're supposed to understand as a good guy somehow. This is pretty simple for our allegedly simple-minded audience. Let's go through with it. Wait a minute. Does he have gadgets?
Android?
What's that?
Was he an android in that initial pitch?
No. It's just that Lupin has gadgets. That's one of his things.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming in this goofy little strongman theater that I'm putting on here that one of them was like, well, does he still keep the gadgets? And whoever was pitching Inspector Gadget was like, even better.
He is the Gadget.
He's an Inspector Gadget. And that's why a lot of the animation from that show, or at least a lot of the animation in Lupin movies, looks so similar to how that looked. Other than the fact that they did a ton of in-between work for Warner Brothers and stuff. But So, Inspector Gadget was supposed to be Lupin. How about them apples?
That's really cool.
Huh. Mm-hmm. But out of the three of us, Duckula, Danger Mouse, and Gadget.
Can you imagine if Zangara teamed up with Inspector Gadget?
Yes, I can picture that quite clearly, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pimp as hell. But I did show you that fan art that somebody drew of Gadget versus Lupin, right?
No.
Oh, that stuff's fly. I got it back there.
Okay.
All right, I'll show it to you later. Anyway, so these three. We're gonna call these the evening
1980s Nickelodeon triumvirate.
Yeah, the Nick at Dusk triumvirate.
Yeah,
yes.
that's good.
The Nick at Near Night.
Nickelodeon couldn't afford their own animation at this point.
All right, so I don't remember much of Count Duckula.
Okay, Count Duckula, he rebelled against his vampiric nature and was vegetarian and only ate muesliks. His butler was trying to lure him toward the side of the vampire. Now, his vampire side wasn't completely defeated or suppressed. He would still have fits. So you'd see his eyes go red, and he'd be like, I feel like sucking duck blood or something like that. I don't know. But for the most part, he was like constantly at odds with himself, which is an interesting dichotomy. Some actual like character building in that cartoon.
And Danger Mouse was James Bond.
Yes.
And okay.
With poor depth perception. Also, he was a mouse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the eye patch.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Surprisingly good Netflix cartoon.
Okay, I'm gonna go with what you just said there. Surprisingly poor depth perception, and go with me as Danger Mouse because I can't see a fucking thing if I don't have my contacts in.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, Derry. All right, Derry.
I think Bob is probably Inspector Gadget.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be Duckula.
Be Duckula?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. All right.
Well,
I'm happy either way, but it's just
out of the three of
I
us,
don't know, nobody really loses in this one.
which is the
Yeah,
one?
kinda
Which
like
is
the
the one
Stooges.
that can have fits?
That's me, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also eat a lot of cereal.
Who rebels against vampires?
That is also me. Vampires are,
Vampires suck.
yeah, they're cliche.
In more ways than one.
And I can't stand them. Yeah, they suck. Right. Except for the ones in What We Do in Shadows.
And Bob, I mean, you're kind of our big doofy guy. You're kind of Inspector Gadget already. I mean, like, you've got... That's you.
Yeah. No argument here.
Does he get the hockey hair when he puts a hat on?
Absolutely.
That's kind of important.
Have
Okay.
you seen him with his big hat on?
Well, I've never seen helicopter blades pop out of the top of his skull. Though.
Well, just give it time.
Not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
right. That's true. There have
Working on it.
been advances in cosmetic science.
That's the next Patreon tier. Get me helicopter head.
All right, for whoever drops a cool 2.5 million on us in our next Patreon cycle, we'll be able to afford transhumanist upgrades to our host Bob.
Where I'm going to store it? I don't know. It'll be in there somewhere.
Well, now
Plenty of room.
Now he's got telescoping legs, roller skates built into his feet.
Seriously, I just want a shoulder that works, please.
Yeah. Oh, you know what would be really cool is like a built-in Wiimote right here,
That'd be nice.
and of course
I don't know where you pointed, but I can only guess
I know.
where
And
you
why did I
pointed.
do Space Ghost? Also, nobody's seeing it here.
Yeah, he can't see.
Nobody can see us, and you're basically getting the Cretan's Guild listener experience right now, unfiltered. Wow, this really doesn't work in an audio format. Oh god.
Make it work.
All right, what's any more? Or what's
Oh,
next?
yeah, we got a bunch more, but there's definitely just one more I absolutely want to get to, and if we want to keep going, we can.
Okay.
This next one, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Bean, Mr. Belvedere.
I'm Mr. Belvedere. Let me have Mr. Belvedere. Well, you're not Danger Mouse. I don't fucking care. Mr. Belvedere is 3 times as badass as Danger Mouse, and I will allow no contradictions to that statement.
It's not very Mr. Belvedere of you.
You know, it's
Okay,
not
well,
very Mr. Belvedere of me.
I'm gonna
It's
say
not checking your wife.
you can have Belvedere. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Bob. I think you're probably Mr. Bean, just based on the tree incident today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's a fairly Mr. Bean
Well,
thing to do.
Technicalities can carry that one.
And the fact that you just ate a Twinkie wiener sandwich earlier today.
Oh, what if he did it and he was like making all sorts of muggy faces, like, oh, hey, you want some real theater of the mind here? Check this out.
Currently, Corey is making faces, gesturing at the camera that is not functioning on my laptop.
Very much in the manner of Mr. Bean's classic mugging athletics.
It's true.
In the various Mr. Bean shorts.
And I guess that would make me Mr. Rogers, which that's fine.
Yeah, that's I think the sure thing out of this triumvirate would be you as Mr. Rogers.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
Because it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And I do
flipping
feel
the bird to
that
everybody.
cardigans and slippers are in your future as a human being.
I almost bought a cardigan this last Christmas.
Fuck, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Man. And I, as Mr. Belvedere in spirit, have to knock on you for getting a cardigan whenever it happens.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
But it'll do it in an abrasively charming way, and you'll find it pleasant.
I'm okay with that.
Cool. All right.
All right, next.
And then I'll make you
Next.
guys breakfast.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Ooh, who's the spicy one?
Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup.
Yeah, that's straight up.
Easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, you can't see anything. God damn it!
I can't see you.
All right, Corey is Buttercup. Your Bubbles on Blossom.
I'm tiny and mean. And also
they're
my
all
hair's
tiny.
My hair's dark too. Well, all of our hair is dark.
Some of us are gray.
Some of us are gray. None of us are red though.
Bob was.
That's true.
This was red.
Okay, all right. That puts you closer to that one then. Excellent. All right. Well, which of us gets to punch the monkey?
All of us.
Okay.
Yeah. At the same time.
Oh, that's right.
With our little balloon fists.
As a unified effort. This is probably the most realistic trio, come to think of things.
Just without the superpowers.
All right.
Unless our superpower is cussing, because we can do that.
Yeah. And well, we weren't grown in a vat, although maybe the jury's still out on that shit.
Not that we know of.
Mm-hmm. All right. The next trio.
Next one. Han, Luke, and Leia.
Huh.
I would say Jay is Han.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue that. If you want to give me Han, that's fine.
I'd look pretty good in a bronze bikini, so...
Well, you do.
I guess I could take that one. All right, I'm Leia. I can deal with that.
All right.
Okay.
And you're Luke.
Was he the chosen one, or what was his
the
designation?
Chosen one.
He was the one... Technically, it was Anakin that brought balance to the Force because he killed the Emperor.
Hey, he brought balance. There was two Jedi and 2 Sith remaining.
Yeah.
That's balance.
Yeah.
Luke has chosen the large tub. That's for all of our Kung Pao patriots out there.
All right. Next one. Okay, this is one where it's 3 guys in the same profession that have nothing to do with each other.
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay, Anthony Bourdain, Guy Fieri.
You're Guy Fieri. Fieri. Sorry.
Who?
I'm pointing at the.
Bob is Guy
I'm pointing at the face that's talking to us on the magic screen. The brightly lit rectangle of information. All right. Bob is Guy Fieri.
Why?
Out of all of us, I can imagine just him dressing like him. I don't know why.
Okay.
And he does get like super pumped up about seemingly silly things until you're also pumped up about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
somebody tells him that's really stupid. You shouldn't do that anymore. I don't care. We're going to Flavor Town.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. Like, it would do anything for you. Yeah, that's Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
I'd make you a sandwich. Yep.
And honestly, I can only see the other two eating a hot dog Twinkie cheese monstrosity on a dare.
Yeah,
or
Guy Fieri would actually put that on the menu.
Yeah, Guy Fieri would be like, nah, that's dessert. You gotta fight for that. Right. Gordon Ramsay would do it drunk. Anthony Bourdain would do it if he thought it would make good TV.
And if he was in Thailand.
This
is a natural street food, and it's meat in tube form. He would be all over it, actually.
Yeah, and then he'd come up with like some very poetic sort of a description for it.
This is better than the finest frog I've ever had.
A distillation of the resilience and ingenuity of the Thai people.
Yeah.
Is a hot dog and a Twinkie smothered in cheese whiz.
An uncooked hot dog.
An uncooked hot dog, yes. Come to think of it.
All right, who's Gordon and who's Bourdain then?
Yes, we
both. I was gonna say Corey is Bourdain because he's traveled more than the 3 of us.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's true. So, it's just a funny thing is that like this is another one where none of us loses on.
But he cusses more than Ramsay does.
So does Bourdain.
So do I.
Yeah, so do you. See, it's kind of
but he's more casual about it.
Apparently so, yeah. Because, because he was on the Travel Channel, so he couldn't really cuss in front of the camera that much.
When the camera was off,
but you've read his books. He cusses. Yeah. And if anybody who's ever seen The Layover, and it's like a litany of beeps throughout each episode.
Plus, Bourdain was punk. So Was Ramsay, or was he just a punk?
Ramsay was a soccer player.
Yeah, he was, I know. See, now you're getting... Now you're getting into like the etymology of the word punk and what it actually means philosophically versus stylistically.
Well, I'm not talking about musically. I'm talking about like philosophically. Bourdain was punk.
Yeah, both of them were. I mean,
That's true.
I mean, one of them made being a chef look romantic in a sort of an urbanist Charles. I'm sorry, not Charles Bukowski. The other guy. On the Road.
Yeah.
Jack Kerouac sort of way.
Yeah.
And Gordon Ramsay made cuisine look completely Johnny Rotten.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Well, I think that settles it then. Yeah, that you are more Kerouac and I'm more Johnny Rotten then.
Okay, so Ramsay, Bourdain. All right, when do we fight?
No.
Okay, can we make each other dinner then?
Yeah.
Tasty dinners? Okay.
I made dinner tonight. So
all right,
yes.
that's true, and I got to make you some on Saturday. All right.
I'll just give you a chicken sandwich.
This is the kind of punk I can get down with.
Yeah.
Dudes that don't fight,
And
they
make
just
each
try
other
to outclass each other with food.
Yeah. I'm all for that West Side Story.
That's the best kind of bar fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck you. I'm making red beans and rice.
Oh yeah, well I'm making something that's French and more than 6 syllables. How about that? Bitch, fuck, ass. Shiggy noogie numpsies. I'm sorry, that was another Hogswort house.
That's a callback. All right, next trio. Rose, Jack Harkness, and the Ninth Doctor.
Oh fuck it, I'm 9. Come on. Wait,
Are you?
are we gonna fight about this?
Well, I'm not number 9.
Okay.
Are you Jack?
I'm. Jeez.
Huh.
They're both well traveled. Number 9 gets laid considerably less than Jack does.
Doesn't everybody?
Not to.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Not to minimize the characters of these people, but if we're going by details, well, that's where the devil lies. My vehicle is not unreliable. Shit. So neither one of us has a TARDIS.
I don't even have a vehicle anymore, so.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe a Rose then.
Yeah, I think I'm Billy Piper.
You're Billy Piper.
Jay is the bad wolf.
I don't think any of us are Rose, honestly.
No, I think it might have been.
We're all Jack.
I think I'm at 9, 10, 12 might have been more interesting.
Usually we're going by like one single series, but then like there was like a lot of crossover with Rose and Jack into the 10th Doctor as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. You take Rose and Jack out of it. Just do 3 different Doctors.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do the 3 different Doctors, but I think this is interesting because it's allowing us to diagram or at least explore the characters or explore the personas of characters that aren't in any way like us.
Sure.
So who would
9, 10, and 12? Or 9, 10, 11?
Well, yeah, but if give us a second on this one, just because I want to find out who could relate to a couple of characters that were nothing alike, the closest. So, all right, let's actually take 9 off of the table and bring in another companion. One of the ones that none of us can relate to, so it can't be somebody we like. So no Donna, no Wilfred. That's his name, right? Okay, thank you. Martha.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so Martha, Rose, Jack.
For companions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Martha was the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Jack was.
I don't see any of us as Martha, honestly.
Jack was the Doctor who was not a doctor, so that one might be kind of like a ringer, but he was also at the mercy of a lot of the main characters' plots. So I kind of figured he could still stay in the running.
Sure.
Now, Rose comes at this as an audience surrogate, right? She's the everyman, so to speak. Okay.
Not only an audience surrogate, but a generational surrogate.
That's right. Okay. Harkness is kind of like an outsider, and yet he's an outsider to the other outsiders.
Yeah.
Martha,
because he's eternal.
Martha is...
And Martha is worthless.
Martha is bullshit, so one of us has to be Martha. Let me see. I like Martha, god damn it. I know that she's got like haters and whatnot, but
I just don't...
She was fun.
I couldn't
Well,
tell you
but why don't we,
anything that character
instead of
did.
Martha, we go Mickey?
Mickey?
Mickey the Idiot?
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to be Mickey then.
Okay.
Yep, my Mickey. I can deal with that. It's fine.
All right. So Jack and Rose are left.
Oh no! I got kidnapped by a garbage can. Now that's something I would do. Okay, continue.
That's
Something that would happen to me. Yeah.
All right. So who's Jack? Who's Rose then?
Okay.
I'm not sure I know on this one.
See, that's why it's tough. That's also why it's interesting.
Well, Jack was kind of like the con man who was still on the right side of things.
True.
Rose was kind of like the person who was still learning as she went along, and then then they just started making her the love interest, which I think that was the goal from the beginning anyway.
I think I was destined to be Martha anyway, because both her and Mickey ended up in the same situation towards the end of their character arcs.
Sure.
Yeah. Which meant to say that they were, pretty much non-presences in both of their shows, and just ended up kind of becoming marginalized at the end.
Sure.
Rose, I see as an observer, as a permanent observer. This was something that she never knew she was going to be consigned to by the end of her days. Jack is a victim. Now, it's kind of a weird thing to say about Jack because he was such a doer, but he was also kind of a victim of his own, his own nature, and it eventually led him to become the face of Bo. Because he was constantly
every situation
pursuing.
he was in was by his own doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He was always his own worst enemy, and eventually he became the face of Bo because that was the only logical. That was the only logical peak of his evolution. He was going to become permanent. He's going to become everlasting, but he was going to become, well, superficial. Rose got to see all that happen, and she eventually became the living consciousness of a planet-shattering weapon.
I don't know who that applies to in this situation.
Yeah, this is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, that wasn't in the story. That wasn't Rose. That was just
we're getting a bit
an avatar that took the look of Rose.
Right, but she was memorable for a reason. We're getting a bit too Freudian about this, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Probably. All right. Well, I'm fucking Mickey, and I got kidnapped by a garbage can. Now, all right, 9, 10, and 12. Who's who?
Well, I still think you're 9.
Yeah. 9 and 12 are very similar, but 9 has shit tons of self-doubt, whereas 12 does not. I mean, he says, "Am I a bad man?" But that's the only thing that he doubts himself in. 9 doubts himself in everything.
Well, and you have the jacket.
And I have the jacket.
So, I mean, that helps.
Big nose, big ears. That works.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so between Bob and I, 10 and 12. I would probably be 12 because I have the eyebrows. Because they can stick up. I have the angry eyebrows.
You gotta grow them out a bit, but they can achieve.
I have to trim them or they go crazy.
Yes.
Because I've got the angry eyebrows. So I think I would probably be 12 and Bob would be 10.
Because he's girl pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a better dresser than both of us.
Is there another Bob out there that you guys are doing a podcast with?
You're the only Bob in our
You're the only
lives.
Bob for us, Bob.
Yep, that's right. You're our number 10. Take it or leave it. The funny thing is that you can draw a parallel between this and the whole Gordon Ramsay Bourdain conversation too by placing number 9 and number 12 as the opposite ends of punk. Capaldi. Oh, go ahead.
Don't compare me to Guy Fieri and then say, that he's the girl pretty out of the three of us.
Well, Guy Fieri is the number 10 of those three. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Nature will have it no other way. Understand?
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's do a study here. Let's do a little bit of an exercise.
All right.
Because we have not picked out 11.
All right.
What celebrity chef would be number 11 in that case?
Oh, fucking hell.
He has to be. Remember, he has to be beautiful, but ultimately terrible.
He has to be unearthly looking. That's
Jamie Oliver.
Shit, I don't know what he looks like.
He's British.
He's that sprightly dude. He's almost like a twink, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Jamie Oliver's number 11. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
All right, that was easier than I expected it to be.
Right.
All right.
That's a bummer. I don't think 11 deserves to be forgotten, but he just wasn't the most engaging of them. And I'm not going to put that against Smith or Moffat. It was just the way it worked out.
Nope. Just it was chocolate and steak.
Yeah.
Individually they're great. Together they don't work.
Or custard and vanilla or fish sticks.
Yes.
He was custard and fish sticks.
Yeah. That's it was right in front of us the whole time.
Yeah, he shouldn't have telegraphed it that hard. I'm sorry. But the thing is that like when you remember like outstanding Doctor Who episodes, the first one that pops up in everybody's like top 10 list is immediately The Doctor's Wife. And that was 11.
Which one was that?
Oh shit! That was the one that Neil Gaiman wrote, where he loses the TARDIS, but
the TARDIS,
the spirit of the TARDIS becomes humanified within the corpse of somebody. So somebody basically hijacks the TARDIS, and then 11 and the TARDIS's essence kind of like jerry-rig themselves another TARDIS, and then they go on a TARDIS chase through a time tunnel, and it was boss as hell. Oh, it was a cool episode. Anyway,
but it's a good standalone.
To be fair,
we're stealing other people's
lost interest in 11 after Dinosaurs on a Spaceship,
which was such a bummer because Webb and Mitchell were in that one, and I was loving their turns as robots. But that was kind of a shit episode.
But yeah, I stopped watching after that and didn't watch Doctor Who again until Capaldi.
Number 12, yeah.
And even then with him, I only watched 3 episodes, and I was like, oh, well, I love him, but I don't want to
You're Who'd out?
Yeah, I watched too much Who too fast, and I was just like, I don't care anymore.
You've Who'd too far, too fast. This is Gallifreyan Hell.
What's next, Bob?
All right, this we could probably end on this one, since this one's probably going to be the trickiest. One of us is Clue, one of us is Chess, and one of us is Candyland.
I'm Candyland, even though I hate that game.
Why?
Because it's, I don't know, you just want to play it every once in a while. It's
even though you hate it.
It's bright and colorful and loathsome. I mean, is there...
What's pretty good, yeah.
What's there not to have a begrudging relationship to there?
See, I thought you would have fought for Clue.
Clue would be great. Because it's an actual game, and it's well-designed. But then again, so is Chess. A game worth talking about is always going to be well-designed from go. But Candyland's just... I don't know, it's just such a marketable... It's just such a market anomaly. Like, it sucks from the ground up. Even the way they tried to, like redo it in the past decade, where you get to pick a card or pick out of 2 cards or something, and that's how many spaces you can go. It just doesn't matter. You can telegraph how many spaces you have to go up the board before you can, ruthlessly screw any of the other players. It's just real shit. But it's cute.
It's my first board game.
Ugh, yeah, if you're trying to raise a sociopath. Straight up.
Well, you get them interested in that, then you move on to, like, Rummy Cube or something like that.
Oh, yeah, the Rummy Cube is definitely the next logical step from that. That's just
Rummy Cube is all about fucking other people over.
Yeah.
It's all friendly until someone's like, all right, someone keep track of what I'm doing.
Oh, who's hoarding all the wild tiles? I'll tell you who's hoarding all the wild tiles. A son of a bitch.
It's my wife.
That's right.
She does. She does. She somehow gets them every fucking time.
Yeah, and when she lays them out, it's just those 5 of those faces just looking at you, laughing.
Moonies.
Yeah.
She's just reaching into the bag and feeling with her thumb. All right, that's a 2, that's a 3. Smiley face, that's mine.
Sorry to hijack. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, does anybody remember the 3 Strikes game from Price is Right?
Yeah.
You knew that people were trying to, like, feel the chips through the bag, right?
Oh, yeah.
As hardcore as Bob Barker was, how did he not, like, fucking jack somebody up for being so...
We don't know that he didn't.
That's true. It's taped.
It was an edited show by several months.
That's right. They were taped before a live studio audience. Who knows how many of those studio audiences were also shocked, as well as live? And who knows how many bread baskets were compromised by the 3 Strikes game? Not in my house, mister. Sorry, go ahead.
So you're Candyland.
I'm Candyland. I suck.
So that leaves Chess and Clue. You dissected Candyland. I want to hear you dissect these 2 as well, for the 2 of us.
Clue's a pretty minimalistic game of deduction.
Well, yeah, but applied to the rest of us. Applied to us.
Okay, well, if I had to pick, he would definitely be Clue to me, right?
Okay.
He would be Chess because I told you how he plays Risk, right?
Yes.
Yes. He will.
How do I play
He will
Risk?
cut your throat in front of an audience. Chess, he will torture you before you know you're being tortured, and then cut your throat before in front of an audience. He is such a fucking gangster in both of those games. I cannot think of anybody else when somebody mentions Chess or, by that extension, Risk. Clue.
Okay, so why would I be Clue?
Why would you be Clue? I don't know. It's got like such a morose premise. I'm trying to find out who was murdered. But it's also like so full of character that you can't really be too sad while you're doing it. It's just it's a weird dichotomy of a mood in a board game, you know?
It's like you look at him and then you see there's everything on the surface, but you know there's something hidden in an envelope somewhere, and you've got to expose yourself and to find out what's hidden.
What is in Jay Malone's envelope?
Probably like an old bill.
That's true.
I forgot the tax return.
That could be accurate. A couple of Amazon invoices, maybe.
Yeah.
Or is it a list of Disney-themed snuff movies that you're keeping away from all of us? What I'm saying is that you can go from dark to light in like no time flat,
all right.
and then like, and then like
Lilo
in
and
reverse.
Stitch go fishing.
Lilo and Stitches.
Lilo and Stitches. That's fucking
hate
sick.
you.
All right.
Damn it.
Unless you had that one saved somewhere in the back of recesses of your brain.
The Great Mouse Detective 8mm.
It's just how this diseased muscle in between my ears works.
Yeah, and
Fair
therefore it
enough.
lends credence to my comparison to
Fair
Clue.
enough.
Yes,
Fair
yes.
All right. So is that where we're gonna wrap up the trios talk?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think we're good.
It made me think of the Doctor Who chat. Made me think of Loki. Are we still doing that?
We can save it for next
Yeah,
time.
Save it for next time?
Since you're still watching.
Yeah, especially since we're still watching A and B. Oh my God, there's so much to say about that.
I wanna thank you both for interjecting on my behalf on my latest video. Because I appreciate the comments. In calling out the idiots that were running that show. That made me laugh my ass off.
So the gloves are off now.
Well, yeah, a little bit. Let's
say Jay is the captain. Corey and I are the goons coming in
that's right.
to assist.
We're the underbosses.
Yeah, I mean it was.
Or the soldiers.
I mean, Corey knows because he was here, but
Yeah.
I was really frustrated with those comments because I wasn't negative in that review. Like I wasn't.
You were
accusatory.
really
honest.
soft. Like I'll be straight up. Now, whenever the situation for his usual production routine for this is that I'll be playing like BioShock or some bullshit in the computer next to where he does his videos, and every once in a while I'll be like so tempted to just get up and like get into the front of the microphone and like scream "Phantoms" or something like that, just to ruin his flow. That time I had to fight it fucking hard because I was like, he's being nice. Y'all are a dildo tornado, all right? It's a complete disaster, but only one that you can laugh at when viewed from a distance. Everything about this show was a sickeningly hilarious joke. I felt like I was in the middle of fucking Mayberry, except people exited Mayberry because they were sick of Andy's shit and all of his self-righteous attitude bullshit. And basically it just would have gone downhill from there. It was not a good show. I have no horse in this race. I just know what a good fucking convention looks like. I know what an excellent swap meet looks like because I've been to way more of those than conventions. That was neither.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. There have been at least 2 swap meets I've gone to in Florida, in like Frog Balls hillside nowhere in the middle of that state, and you know what that looks like. It looks like fucking Apopka. It looks like Claremont, They use card there. There's no fucking excuse. And if you're gonna use that as an excuse, then you should at least not snarkily tell somebody at the box office that there's an ATM nearby Okay. And then when they ask you where the ATM is, say, oh, well, ours is broken. You've got to go a mile down the road. Man, get the fuck out of here with that hayseed sanctimoniousness. Be prepared. When somebody is giving you benign criticism, the most benign criticism that I think is owed to you, then you listen and then you tighten your shit up. Because people are going to come from a very long distance to take part in this thing, this, what you would like to think of as a celebration, right? And they're going to show up to a cash-only, no asshole in the box office having just phalanx of reprints of old NASCAR bullshit from the mid-2000s, and, I guess, if you're feeling froggy, an Aladdin card. It was just nonsense.
Aladdin's a really fun game.
It's a fun game, yeah. But you know what?
I want to put that out there.
It's a real classic, but honestly, it was the only bullshit worth looking at this thing.
It was an embarrassing show to. It wasn't an embarrassing show to attend. I've been to shows that are just like, well, this sucks. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've been to the show in Tampa. The Comic-Con.
In Tampa, you had something there.
Yeah.
So at least you had Bob Layton.
Yeah, I had Bob Layton.
And we got some scores.
And I talked to Bob Layton for 20 minutes, which was really cool.
Yeah. And we bought way more than like a copy of Aladdin and like 2 of the games.
Yeah. But this was literally like when I say they had the same stuff. This wasn't me just being like, oh, it just seems like they have the same stuff. It was.
They literally have the same stuff.
I saw and this is as a GameCube collector. Going into a convention where there are probably 100 tables,
mm-hmm.
and you see no less than 20 copies of Donald Duck it's the game where Donald Duck's a superhero, like PK Saves the Universe or something like that.
Yeah.
When you see no less than 10 copies of that throughout this convention, you have the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with the same stock. Why do I want to stay? Why would I be here for more than an hour? Why were we only there for an hour?
The actual 3 interesting things I saw there were total examples of fucking hill folk overestimation. There was a copy, couldn't tell if it was sealed or not, of Cannon Spike, which I own. That was priced up to about $600. There was an open copy, and an ugly fucking open copy of Dokapon Kingdom, which is one of my grails, so I'm constantly tracking that on various price charts, for $150. This thing was open. Alright? No book, no CIB. It was just the disc and that's it. I ain't touching nobody's dick for that. And then there was, this was admittedly pretty cool, but still, it was way overpriced. There was apparently a manufactured cartridge of the Lobo fighting game prototype that never came out on the SNES. Somebody found the ROM and decided to commit it to hardware. I was like, that's pretty neat. That's $80. Oh, fuck you. I'll just go home and download this.
Yep. It was...
And it doesn't even work on it doesn't even work on the console. It's just to have.
Yeah, it was a mess of a show. And it sucked because it was the first convention I've been to in years.
Mm-hmm.
That anyone had been to in years because of, the fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd be more prepared at that point.
You think they'd be more prepared.
Cash only after 2020.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It was the first convention that I had taken Victor to. And the first gaming convention I'd taken Victor to. And first gaming convention I'd taken Meredith to. And I walked out of that show literally going, they're never going to go to another show because of this one. It was that bad. It was just... I tried to be constructive in my review, but to be put on blast by these guys being told I'm brainless for the way for what I said is like...
Cash only's a no-brainer. No, motherfucker. Living in the 21st century is, to me, every essence of a no-brainer.
And this wasn't in, like Corey said, like Frog Balls, Florida. This is in fucking Cleveland, Ohio. They take cards.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to call the guy a motherfucker. That implies that he actually gets laid. If the most aggravating thing about this was, I know you just said it, but I'm trying to rephrase it or reframe it from my perspective. I'm the person that's flaming him up because I have no influence and I'm pretty much just fucking nobody. I am somebody who went there, was thoroughly unimpressed, and would otherwise have just walked out going, well, that was a bust. Guess I won't come back. And that's it. That's where it could have ended. This dude over here, you've seen his channel. He doesn't do this bullshit. He doesn't light people up.
He doesn't do fluff.
No. Well, He doesn't do unnecessary roughness, I guess I should say. And basically everything I do is unnecessary, so you'd want to keep people coming back to your channel. You don't do that. And everything that he offered in the way of a criticism was just genuinely that. Hey, maybe you should shore up your infrastructure, get steady with square payments, maybe impress upon your vendors that this is not a good way to get rid of your NHL 2008 overstock. I don't even know if there was an NHL in 2008. Probably there was. Okay, cool.
It was at the show too.
Yeah, it was at the show. This isn't it. And you can talk about how great your artwork or the artwork on offer was that you have there, which is something that I think they both dragged out. And it was like, that's fucking irrelevant because A, it was one booth, and B, I know where Etsy is. I can type those 4 letters into any browser into any browser bar and see very similar shit, probably from the same vendor. It was just an he didn't go where he didn't need to go. He said, these things would make this better. Much respect to you guys, but maybe next year. Punch it up a little bit.
Yep.
And these guys fucking hike their skirts up all the way to the next where it's like, oh, no, sir! We will not be tolerating such hardships and invectives and innuendos thrown our way. No, tut. No, for... And that was...
Maybe if they showed a worthwhile video game, people...
Yeah, maybe if they did.
It was really disheartening, because I don't do negative on the channel. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I did negative on this video.
What you did was not negative.
I did critique. Fair critique.
Yeah.
Not, this show sucks, you should cancel it from here on out. That's not what I said.
You have bent over backwards to not outright insult 20-year-old games that a lot of people love because it didn't suit you.
Yeah.
You're like, I couldn't find much love in this, but man, I can totally see why other people dig it.
Yeah.
I can see where the cult comes from.
I want to read one of these comments as a Python woman.
Oh, do it.
LOL! You must not have been paying attention! Giveaways were announced many times throughout the day.
God, dude.
I heard them announced multiple times.
All right, can I be Terry Jones?
Sure.
Okay, Terry. I meant 2 times, you blinking old sow. Sorry, that was more or less Graham Chapman. Continue.
Prizes and times were listed on the Facebook page too. Not to mention, who doesn't bring cash to an event like that? Seems like a no-brainer to me.
Well, I'd say anybody licking doorknobs for the last 365 days seems improper.
This guy, Matt, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's the dude that runs the show. That's the one that got me. Like, if this was
Does he not want people to come back?
Well, he doesn't want me to come back and mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah. I think maybe you need to go back. It's like, well, don't look any better this year.
I might do that next year, actually.
What's that?
Just go and just do another video. Guess what? This show still fucking sucks. Just do it as a short. Just like 10 seconds. Hey, that's the Cleveland Classic Arcade and Gaming Expo. Still sucks!
And this is SquarePeg's YT's very first TikTok. It's me saying how much this sucks and how bad.
It's just, if you're going to call yourself a show that has arcades, if you're going to have arcade in the title, maybe have an arcade machine.
Yeah.
Just one. One would have been enough. And granted, I will give him this. There was one empty shell there for sale.
That's true.
For a Play Choice 10. Which, that's great. That's great. That just shows fucking balls, man. Like, when I get back and I see the stuff that Riggs is posting from Retropalooza in Houston, where tables are separated off.
Oh, man.
And everything is organized. And it's
they're socially
distanced. And it's airy. And people are smiling. And
it just looked fun. He was getting so much conversation out of those people. I was getting squeezed out of, I don't know how many fucking groups of lifelong cheese eaters at that joint, just trying to, get a good look at what's on offer in the GBA displays. It was a fucking battle.
Yep.
Oh, look, another copy of Duck Hunt.
Yeah. If they had that many copies of Duck Hunt, it would have been floored.
And it would have been $20.
I don't know. It's just the blowback was so disproportionate and absolutely unnecessary.
But I can't wait for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Can't fucking wait for Milwaukee because that's going to be excellent.
Milwaukee looks tight. You live near Chicago, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
There's so much on offer over there.
Yep. There's going to be I think there's a show next month in Chicago, actually. Might do that.
So it's not new.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to wrap things up here. Check out my channel over on YouTube. That's Square Pegs. I'm the one without Sarah Jessica Parker. And Bob is...
Why?
Well, because she costs more than I can afford.
That's fair.
I don't make...
Again, that's another Patreon.
Yeah, I don't make enough in Patreon. Although, I wonder if she does Cameo.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to look that shit up now.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to look that up. Hi, this is Sarah
that's
Jessica
a
Parker,
promo.
and you're watching Square Pegs on YouTube.
What the fuck?
Okay, first
famous.
off, okay, all right, I need to do that because Riggs will lose his shit if I do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he's always like, you can find Jay on Square Pegs. He's the one without Sarah Jessica Parker. If I do, oh my god, he's gonna. Okay, I gotta look that up. Okay. All right.
Kind of like how we have Gilbert on our intro.
Exactly.
Oh, that'd be money.
Anyway, yeah, check my channel out at Square Pegs. You can also find Bob on YouTube at Skipper Bob's Breakdowns. Bob does a Orlando lifestyle vlog where he goes to all kinds of different theme parks and eats vile food in his kitchen. We are nearing episode 100, the magical number, so if you'd like to record a nice thing to say, or even better, a nasty thing to say, and also plug your own stuff and say your piece, send it off to cretinsguild@gmail.com. You can find a link tree to all of our socials and other areas on the website in the description, or do a Google search for Cretins Guild. And if you think we've given you $1 worth of content, as we have said several times throughout this, you can get all the snuff film content you can stand. Join us on Patreon, where supporters are sent stickers and now coasters, amongst other swag. You're also able to have access to early uploads and some extra stuff we drop in from time to time. We got merch on tpublic.com that features the art of Tom Solo, our high-cost lawyers, Boots and Bearsley from Bums R Us, or shoes that... Sorry, that's funny. I haven't read that one yet. That's good. I love it. Our high-cost lawyers...
This is authentic, by the way.
What's that?
This is authentic. He gave me the thumbs up on this.
Nice. Our high-cost lawyers, Boots and Beasley from Bums R Us, assure us that all products are legally confirmed to keep you warm in the wintertime. We are part of the PODFIX network, so we say to all of our followers, new and old, welcome to the Guild.
This was a podcast of the PODFIX network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.